I've been saying this for years.
I've been looking in HD.
I've been saying this for years whenever I clean glasses.
Dirty.
Here, use it.
I do.
Your hand okay to do it? Your wrist?
The other hand is okay.
Brilliant.
Oh my god, it's like I'm looking in HD.
Oh my god.
Madness.
It's Madness.
Hopefully this will be good in HD as well.
I hope so.
No, we know. We're just playing. Lilly Singh.
New late night television host. Yeah, about that.
Well, we have to try things sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's a big opportunity that she's been
Given.
afforded. And she's obviously worked very hard over a long period of time. Whether I think she's funny or not is not the point. It's to whether or not other people think she's funny.
That's true.
And apparently, people don't think she's very funny. So I'd like to say that I was right, but there's probably a subsect of people who do think she's particularly hilarious. I just don't know a lot of them.
It's a problem. We did watch her monologue earlier today, and we got chatting about it, and we realised that what she's doing is she's trying to go for the minority, but to a majority audience. She's really pushing for the bisexual woman of colour late night television host.
Which is fine on its own.
And that's her identity.
That's her identity. That's
fine.
chill.
But if in your nearly 4 minute bit, your monologue, all your jokes are about that, you've just niched yourself.
It's not useful.
To the 300 million plus
Americans overall.
Who, the majority of them aren't minorities.
In one way or another.
But in one way or another, it's not gonna...
I don't qualify women as a... I don't know what you're a woman.
It's a majority, if anything, in some countries.
Right.
Whether you're a man or a woman doesn't mean anything to me. But if you're meant to be funny, you're meant to be funny. And she wasn't funny.
No.
And we're Indian. So if anything...
That doesn't even matter whether she's funny or not.
So what I'm saying is, just in case everyone's like, you're racist.
Oh, she's the same race. Exactly.
We're not racist. Yeah. We're from the Punjab. If anything, we're as
actually
close
very
as we can
similar
get.
then, because she's sick.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're as close as we can get, but
she's
it wasn't
just
funny.
Not that funny.
The delivery really wasn't very good. I hope maybe it's because she's new on the stage, so that's going to improve.
Hey, it takes time to learn anything. So I think that she will improve regardless.
I hope so.
So she might go from like a 0.3 to a 2 out of 10. You know, I don't know.
That's generous.
I personally... Wow. That's generous.
Maybe it's just from what we've seen of her online, she doesn't seem very quick-witted.
No.
Which as a talk show host, daytime, late night, you have to be very quick to be able to really...
bounce off people.
Exactly.
In a conducive way.
But a lot of her skits are very... Every line is meticulously checked. And,
super literal.
Which is why I don't understand how this got a pass. How many writers did you have writing this monologue? And this was still put out.
Yeah, we're going to actually listen to the monologue again, because we listened to it and then we talked about it for like 30 minutes. And I was like, I need content for the day. I was like, we'll just continue about this now. Yeah. It's only 3 minutes long, but man, you've had months to prepare this monologue.
This is the first monologue.
Ever monologue. And this is what you came up with. It's obviously not just you. It's the writer's room. It's all the people in the background working with you. But this is the best you could do with months of preparation. What are you going to do every single week?
It doesn't bode well, does it?
No. This should have been like one of the funniest things you could put out in the near future.
If someone's going to click on it now, they might be like, oh yeah, I'll give you a watch.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like that's going to be the draw.
No. But we'll watch this anyway. We're going to stop it, pause it. No video in this in case NBC decide to claim it, because it's definitely not going to be positive. Who knows? There might be something positive out of it.
I hope so.
I do hope so. You always look for the positive.
Of course. No one wants to be a downer, but...
It's always, you look for the diamond in the rough.
There we go.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. So let's just click this quickly and just see how this goes, yeah? It's honestly... I'll be honest with you. We played it and and India was like, I'm going to just dislike it anyway. And I was like, stop.
That was midway through. That was already a minute through.
No, it wasn't. It was 0. It was 0, 0. We hadn't started the video.
That's not true.
No, yes it was.
It was at least 30 seconds through.
No. What happened? What happened, sorry? You disliked it. I said, no, go back and undislike it. We have to watch it first. Then about 40 seconds in, I paused it and I was like, dislike it. But you paused it without watching, and you disliked it without watching any of it. And I was like, you have to at least watch it to have an opinion on it. So I watched 40 seconds and I was like...
so maybe I was slightly biased, but I did give it a good chance afterwards. However, my view still didn't change because it wasn't that funny.
It wasn't funny. It was like her first joke, and I was like, man, what have you done here?
You have to get that first laugh. Like, the first thing that comes out your mouth has to be like...
Bang!
Bang. Belly laugh.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
Nah. Let's click this anyway.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So much for being here, and welcome to the first episode of A Little Late with Lilly Singh.
It's a good name.
It is a good
I
name.
don't mind the name. It's not a bad name.
I like that.
It's a good name.
I'm so excited.
Maybe the
I'm
best thing
so
about... Oh,
happy
now
to be
that's...
here.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Listen, a lot of you are happy to be here too. It's mostly the brown people because this was free to attend.
Okay, no, go.
That's all right.
For sure,
Do you
some
want?
people at home are looking at their TVs just like, is something wrong with my TV? Why are they playing Slumdog Millionaire after Seth Meyers?
Okay,
Hey,
fine.
Middle America, I'm so glad you're here.
Why does she
That
go
was
Middle
where I...
America?
That is where I actually went dislike it. Okay? You
Why?
can't... You can't do
You
that.
just atted your audience. Like,
You're
you
so
just went
stupid.
direct at on Twitter.
You just
like,
nuclear missile your own
what
ratings.
was the need? You're not even 35 seconds in.
Into your first show. You're 30 seconds in.
If I was someone from Middle America, I would have switched the television channel.
No, if I was someone from Middle America and took offence to that, because obviously
Yeah,
she's
if you
not
took
speaking
offence
to
to that.
every Middle
Yeah, of
American.
course not.
But you know, you're just slapping a broad brush on people like that, and just taking the you're taking the piss out of them, and that's fine because that's
Yeah,
what comedians
that's what you do in
But I
comedy.
think the problem here, India, is she's not a comedian. She's not a comedian. She's a YouTube
Comedy
sketch
skit
person.
Yeah.
Like, she's not traditionally funny. And it's not because she's not white is why she's not traditionally funny. Dave
not
Chappelle is hilarious as hell.
He's brilliant.
All right, Kevin Hart
Brilliant.
is bonkers. Eddie Murphy. It's not about you being not white
It's
because
not.
that is like it's a
It
ridiculous
isn't.
barrier that people put on themselves.
Yeah.
All right. But it's about you coming from the place you've come from and not adjusting yourself properly.
To the audience you're gonna have.
And I think that a very good sort of source material, a very good basis point she had was Shawn Mendes.
Yeah.
Shawn Mendes came from Vine, came to YouTube, and then became a megastar.
Yeah, he's
he
huge.
changed the way he put himself forward.
Yeah.
And he changed the way he made music to appeal to a mass audience.
Yeah.
And there are very few people who've been able to do that. He's one of them.
Absolutely. Yeah.
She's had the time at the top to
Yeah.
be able to do that and
That's
manifest that through the things she's done. And she hasn't done it.
That's very true, actually. It's a very good way of looking at it. Same as like someone like Charlie Puth. The
Puth as
music
well.
he
Puth
put
as
out
well.
initially when he first
Yeah.
got a label, it was very much
Even when it was on
lovey-dovey.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't really enjoy it as much, and now he's putting out the music he's always been working towards, because first he had to establish
A
a good
brand
fan
and a
base and a
feel.
branding before then being like,
I can
this
do
is
what
what
I
I really
want.
want to do.
Yeah.
She needs to...
If honestly,
Yeah.
if I was her and I had the possibility of doing this
Yeah.
specific job, which I think I would actually do a relatively
He'd be really
I'd do a
good.
3 out of 10 job. I'd say maybe
he'd
she
be
does
pretty
too.
good. He's actually
3
very witty.
3 out of 10. Oh, thank you.
You probably already know,
I
guys.
think we'd both do a very good job hosting together, actually. I think we would be
I
ridiculous.
think I cut people off too
Yeah,
much. I
but
cut you off a
both
lot.
cut each other off. But if this was the opportunity that was
Mm.
given, I would have, as soon as I found this out, if I hadn't already started at this point,
Mm.
I would have started doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah. You need to
Whether
get
it was good
comfortable.
or bad, just getting that feel of bouncing off someone and
That's
feeling the improvisation. I mean, some people are naturally good at it,
Mm.
and some people aren't. I'm not sure she's naturally good at
Then
that.
it's something you can work on, right?
100%,
When you're doing
you can work on
comedy
that.
like
You can work on
You
it.
look at people's face in the audience and you
Yeah.
go, okay, that was a miss. Okay, that was a hit.
Yeah.
And people really start kind of interacting
Yeah.
with you. But you have to be willing to put yourself out there in an environment where you won't feel comfortable for a very
Yeah.
long time.
Long,
where you
long
keep
time. It's not
missing and you
easy.
keep missing. And then eventually you find the right feel for everything to work smoothly and it becomes a hit for you.
Yeah.
And I think because of the skit nature of her YouTube channel...
It incubates you a bit.
It does,
you know?
of course it does.
I think just in general,
Especially-
YouTube is a different world to
Absolutely.
the traditional media forms.
I mean, when you think at, I say our videos.
yes. No, our videos.
Our
Stamp,
videos.
yes, our
Stamp it,
videos.
Our
yes.
videos. When you let me make my own video for that one time, and
Yeah.
I was like, never again. It was very difficult, but it was also very comforting to know that I am the only one who's going to see the unedited version of this.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's very cushy. I get to choose everything
You
I
have
do
full
about
control.
it. And yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
have full control over it. In this sort of setting, you don't have full control
No,
because
you
they're-
can't control the audience. You can't
exactly.
control the guest.
Yep.
well, you might not even be in charge of the editing process. She probably won't
Probably won't be.
I would think she probably made a deal where she is more hands-on with the structure of the show than probably most other hosts.
I see that.
Because of her background. So maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Maybe it's a bad thing. Plus, this is her first show, so we're not going to know.
Yeah.
I'm probably not going to watch the show. Maybe I should watch the show.
Maybe you should watch it.
Just to see, not on camera, but just to see how good or bad it actually was. Because I read reviews and they weren't that great overall. Some of them were just like, yes, queen, queen, queen.
But outside of those words, what were the actual good things that people had to say? Like, oh, she was really good with the interaction, the monologue was really well received. You want to hear things like that, don't
The monologue definitely wasn't well received.
With the audience.
Oh, with the audience, right, okay, alright.
In-house audience.
In-house audience who are forced to clap.
You don't want to have to overlay that. Is it B-roll, laughing, applause?
Yeah.
You don't want to have to overlay that. So the YouTube video makes it seem like it's better than it is.
I know, but people do that in irony, not in seriousness. This is serious.
This is serious, though.
Alright, let's carry on with that. Nice Middle America joke there, just to start with, though, yeah?
Look, I get it, okay? I'm not your traditional talk show host.
No,
I mean, the media has mentioned I'm a bisexual woman of color so much that I feel like I should just change my name.
I inadvertently said this thing before, where I said, you know, probably the only good thing is the name of the show. It's actually a catchy name.
You did.
I clocked when I said it, I was like, oh wow, she made a bit about changing the name of the show.
Yeah.
Man, why I'll tell you exactly what it is. This is exactly it. All of her comedy in this monologue, her first ever monologue, is pure victimhood.
Yes.
The entire thing. There's nothing else in it apart from that. And for a while, that can be funny, you know, for like 10 seconds, for like one joke, two jokes.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make a 3.5, 4 minute bit on that,
and
it gets boring after a while. It genuinely does, because you can insert these things where there's a political tone to something. And even if you disagree with the politics of it, or you disagree with the idea of it, and it's funny,
you can
it's
still,
funny.
yeah, absolutely.
But then if the next joke is something on the same line, and the next joke is something on the same line, even if it's on the other side of the politics, you're like, I want to laugh. I don't want to be given a lecture.
Exactly.
Either way, man. You know, and that's what her videos feel like. And I think that unfortunately, we're going to come to a point where people are going to look at this and be like, wait, this is the best of YouTube? This is the best.
It's a bit of a
number one.
It's a shame. She's vastly successful on YouTube.
Man, you have to appreciate the effort
she's
and being successful.
Well for herself.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
But this is not the best of YouTube.
No.
Like, it's not. But the thing is, for the majority of people out there who aren't overly involved in social media, they'll be like, oh, so this is what a YouTuber is like. And maybe that won't go down very well to other YouTube stars who want to branch into traditional entertainment.
Yeah.
And that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, I'm not going to say name other people who could have done this job, maybe, who I think could have done it better. I'm not just going to do that because she's barely started this new job, and this, you know, it's not an easy thing to take on. And I hope, I do hope that the show gets better. And I hope that she's successful in it and it gets good ratings long term.
We never wish anyone bad.
And I hope that that's how it goes, and she realizes that you can't just make jokes like this all the time, because it just makes the entire feel of the show like a lecture. And no one wants that. No one wants that. Who wants that?
When you turn on a television show late at night,
that's
you want
not
to
a politics
have a
show,
laugh.
or it's not a history channel, like,
or documentary.
You don't want that.
You want a laugh. You want something you can just relax into the sofa and just enjoy yourself. People don't turn on late night shows to be talked at and lectured.
Yeah. You get to be talked to.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
The point.
It's a personable thing.
Doesn't feel like that with her.
It doesn't.
But we're 47 seconds in. Let's continue.
A little long, but it has a nice ring to it. Come on, I'm more than just a bisexual woman of color, okay? It's a complete coincidence that I chose a network whose logo is also the pride flag. Oh, what's that? It's actually a peacock? Oh, right, okay. You mean the pretty male bird with the big colorful feathers? Yeah, gay.
Why is that gay?
Someone like me could not.
Why is that gay?
It's actually nature's phenomenon, because men have to try harder to gain women's attention.
Yeah.
I learned this from David Attenborough. Not himself.
David, good old Dave.
It was a BBC documentary. Yeah. It doesn't have anything to do with the sexuality of a bird.
I think we're being really
it's
literal
about
here, but, like,
mating.
yeah.
But I can see why she. Apparently, did she have a peacock on the set? I thought I saw a headline about that somewhere. So maybe that's why she put in the joke so that the audience found it funny.
Wow,
I heard
okay.
something about peacock on the set. It was earlier today. I read about it, not actually
it would
into
line
it.
in with that, I guess.
So
yeah.
maybe that was the
Maybe that was the
more
joke.
of the reason.
Maybe, but like, I mean, yeah, okay, all right. I mean, sure. If you're a pretty boy who likes feathers, then I guess you're gay.
That's stereotyping.
I think
that's
it is.
That's a negative portrayal, if anything.
I think so, but we'll continue.
Be here without the many successful, powerful women of color who led the way. Am I right? Yeah. And I think it's so important to thank them
Yes.
right now. So
Queen.
let's do a round of applause
Queen.
to people like Mindy Kaling,
I think she's
She's
funny
very- she's-
sometimes.
she's a funny
I think she is
person.
funny.
She writes well.
Michelle Obama.
I mean, she's not funny, but I mean, she's chill.
Yeah.
She's chill.
And last but not least, the brown M&M.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard this, I was like, okay, so you're specifically going for people of colour. You're not gonna talk about the vastly successful, one of the most successful daytime talk show hosts, Ellen, Oprah.
Oprah.
Like, how can you not put Oprah on that list? One, because she fits all of your criteria you've put.
Yeah.
But Ellen's
also
gay.
so
Successful, and
So,
she's gay. She was one of the first people to come out of the closet, and
Right.
she had her show cut. Like
She
all these
got
terrible things happened to
destroyed.
her,
She
and
was
she
like-
was able
yeah.
to bring it back. You're not gonna pay
Respect to
those people who really have struggled to
For
get
a
to where they
long
are,
time.
to be very vastly
And to be
successful.
accepted.
And yeah, exactly. I was like,
You should have maybe shouted at Ellen
and
there.
also you've been on the Ellen show.
Wait, has she been
I'm
on that
quite
show?
sure she's been on the Ellen show once before.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Maybe a while ago.
Maybe. I don't know.
think so. Or maybe Ellen's featured one of her videos. There's definitely been a connection between her and Ellen before. But even if not,
Maybe.
she's Ellen.
Man,
She is the talk show
Queen.
female queen
Yeah.
along with Oprah.
yeah,
like,
Oprah isn't on telly anymore.
She's not in telly anymore, but like there's a
Yeah,
a mysticism
I think
about Oprah
they're
still.
like the upper echelon of this
Absolutely.
stuff, regardless of gender. Honestly.
Yeah, honestly, they're
like,
so good.
to
and
not
you're
say
not going to mention
either
them.
of them, that's a bit
It's
shit.
a bit shit of you.
Plus, you know why she said Mindy Kaling, because she's the one on the show.
Yeah,
I
that's-
thought, oh yeah, Mindy
yeah.
Kaling, yeah. I mean,
It was let me
Oprah
butter you up slightly.
and Ellen. I mean,
Yeah.
come on, lad. No, stop it. All right.
Listen, beggars can't be choosers, okay? I needed role models and my options were limited.
They really
They
weren't
weren't.
limited.
This position, I'm super excited to help pave the path. And as a woman, I'm especially stoked to join this group of people.
Oh, that's all the late night
Late night
hosts.
hosts.
Who am I gonna borrow a hair tie from? Definitely Larry Wilmore.
So she took the piss out of his
I mean, real
baldness.
talk, if
Nice.
you put every network late night host in one room together, and then add me and Hassan Minaj, we look like the IT department at their law firm.
Okay, Hassan Minaj is a lot funnier than you. Let's not play.
It's hard out here.
Let's not play.
I get it,
He
because
is.
It's also tough for you. Listen, I understand that for some people, white people, seeing someone like me host a show is
Oh
terrifying.
my god, man.
Hashtag not my Carson Daly. But honestly, maybe I'm just the beginning. Maybe all of your favorite movies and TV shows are gonna get a minority remake. Like Green Book, where Viggo Mortensen has been replaced by Morgan Freeman.
That just doesn't work.
It doesn't.
That just
it's
doesn't
It's a
work.
movie about
That's
two
just
friends
stupid.
Driving through the South feeling equally uncomfortable.
Did you see the film?
That's just thick.
Or HBO's Girls, but with an all-Indian cast. Yeah. There's no sex or nudity, just really suggestive hand-holding.
So she's playing in stereotypes as well again.
Relationships are arranged by their parents.
Bothering
You
the
need to do it. You
stereotype
need
of
to do
that,
it.
but you know what?
Where Leonardo DiCaprio has been replaced by Daniel Kaluuya.
Man, you didn't know who Daniel Kaluuya was before you made this bit. You didn't know his
Yeah,
name.
I feel that.
Stop it.
He's a funny guy.
I like him.
Yeah.
He swims away on this floating door and lives for another 70 years. But in all seriousness, maybe I shouldn't be joking about this because, I mean, one of the biggest fears of white America is that minorities
Why?
are coming to take their jobs, you know what I mean? And honestly, we are.
Why are you clapping that? Why?
We've got a big show for you tonight. I promise we're gonna have the best time ever, or my name isn't bisexual woman of color.
Your name isn't bisexual woman of colour.
Name's Lilly Singh.
And thankfully it's not, because you lied to us. I'm gonna stop this here. I don't have enough memory on my card.
So there was that bit where she said, of course, for some people, white people, it's terrifying for them to see someone like me host a television show. I'm sorry. What world are you living in?
Are you living in the 1930s, 1950s,
Have there
60s?
never been any sort of coloured or female television talk host, weather person,
No, stop,
newsreader?
Stop.
What are you?
Yeah,
what
I know what
world
you
are you
mean.
living
What
in?
are you on
Have
about?
you never seen anyone of any colour or female
No,
gender be on television?
Stop. White is a colour.
Of course, no.
If you're talking about race,
but that's what
white is a colour.
I'm speaking of minority
this idea
ethnic
of people
here.
of colour, it's like, shut the hell up. You're dividing people up.
You absolutely
You're
are.
dividing. I hate that shit.
But specifically, you're saying it's fearful.
Stop it.
Please stop.
You've not seen it. If
it's
you look,
really not.
You know what? This came to my mind when we were talking about this prior. When you look at the late night hosts, obviously, you know, really there's only there's Trevor Noah, and he's basically the only mainstream late night host, right? Who's black. All of them are men anyway, right? But if you look at the daytime TV, they're all women.
Yeah.
Why? Well, I mean, all of them. Ellen, you look at The View.
Yeah.
The Real.
Yep.
Kelly Clarkson has a show now.
Kelly Clarkson.
And then if you look at even late night hosts, you've got Chelsea Handler and Samantha Bee.
Yeah.
You could populate that screen with all those people if you really chose to and be like, these are very popular people in mainstream media.
Yeah.
And you're choosing not to. You could quite easily have done that. But you said, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Because it doesn't help your narrative. Your narrative is honestly just divide people.
I don't like
that.
that.
Why can't everyone just be viewed equally?
We're all humans.
That's the way I see it, at
Share
least.
humanity.
And thankfully, I've not really this idea of people fearing people who are not white. I've never experienced that in my life.
No.
And thankfully, I've never really been racially attacked in my life.
No.
I would qualify as a racial attack.
A racial attack.
Yeah.
Attack's a
People
word.
like, oh, this person microaggressed me. What did they do? Oh, they said, would you like a coffee? To a black person. So they're like, that's a microaggression. I'm making that up, but like, it's such small things which are absolute, and they're nothing burgers. It's ridiculous how weak people have become.
I remember when I was about 15, I got on the bus. TFL in our local area has a lot of ethnic people, specifically South Asians. And I got on the bus and
ethnic minority people, you mean?
Ethnic minority.
Yeah.
In Britain,
everyone's ethnic.
And I was sat on one of the seats, and these two elderly ladies got on the bus. So I stood up and I said, "Madam, would you like my seat?"
Yeah.
And it was an elderly white lady, and she very coldly said, "Not from you."
Mm-hmm.
And people around me were like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Okay, that's absolutely fine." And I turned to the other elderly lady. "Madam, would you like my seat?" She said, "Yes, thank you very much." And she sat down and we had a very nice conversation. And I got off the bus. And when I came home, I told my parents, they were like, "Wow, we don't really hear stuff like that anymore." But this was a very elderly lady. I wasn't gonna...
What would you say, like, as a general, would you say, like,
she was
70 or 80?
Upwards of 75 at that time.
Right, okay.
This was 7 years ago.
Yeah, okay. I mean, the thing is, I've never experienced something like that.
Was I terribly offended? No. Was I going to get angry at this old lady? No. Did she harm me in any way? No. She might have been a bit cold, but she was polite. She's like, "I don't want it from you."
Yeah.
That's fine. There weren't any cusses or swear words. When I was
you didn't feel intimidated or threatened?
There was no intimidation.
Okay.
And that's as close as I've ever experienced racism, but even then, it was such a small experience, and it certainly didn't make me have any sort of ill intent to anybody at all, because she was...
Well, the next person you asked was another
old lady.
She was like, yeah,
and she was like,
that's
yeah,
cool.
thank you very much. And we had a quick chat, and then when I got off, I was like, have a very lovely day, and I addressed it to them both, because you treat people with respect and
regardless,
love. Regardless. But really, this thing about her saying people are fearful to see a brown woman on television. Honestly, are you living in the 60s? You know, Brown v. Board, when, like, for education back then, like, what are you on?
She's on something.
She's on television. She's on the TV.
She's on the TV. But there were comments as well, obviously. I mean, this has 20,000 likes and 4,500 dislikes. So that's not a good ratio.
That's a high amount of dislikes.
You know, that's like 1/4 to 1/5.
And this is at 310,000 views.
So that's not very good. to be honest.
It's not.
That's not that great. But let's read some of the comments, because we did read some of the comments before.
Oh,
this
top
first
comment.
one, top comment. 1.2 thousand likes.
That's a
1,200
lot.
likes. That's a lot of likes.
Let me read it. It's like going to Japan and making ramen jokes for 30 minutes straight.
I mean...
It sours. The joke sours the more you try to use it.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, if she made one of those jokes...
and then you move on to something else that's pertinent, sure. But...
The entire through line of that
of
was just
time.
sour and bitter and not funny.
You have to think, people watch television to have a bit of lightness and joy.
And disconnect.
Yeah, to disconnect and enjoy themselves. I doubt anyone sat through that and actually either laughed, like had a good laugh, enjoyed themselves, even smiled. If anything, they grimaced. That's not what you want from a television experience.
But with late night shows specifically, and political ones, they can have that feel.
Absolutely.
But the good hosts make it not feel like that.
Yeah.
Unless they're purposefully choosing to make it feel
there
like that.
There we go.
If, you know, Hollywood is left wing. That's how it is.
Yeah,
you know, no one's going to be able to change that, all right? That's how it works. But you look at someone like Jimmy Fallon or Conan, Kimmel, while they are political in one way or another, not all of their stuff is knocked round the head like that.
Yeah.
But everything I see about Lilly Singh is that.
Yeah.
Regardless if it's this show or something else. Whereas they don't have that same tone.
They don't.
Next comment. Next most popular comment. Where did they find those 20 people to put in the audience? 20 people? Maybe that's a bit too many. I don't know. I think it might have been the self-applause.
I think,
Is that a laugh track? That's embarrassing. I wish I could actually call this woman a comedian. That is the point. She really doesn't feel like one.
It really is a shame, because it's such a very great opportunity. And right now, with the writing and the delivery will improve. I really hope the writing improves. It's almost like you're squandering the opportunity.
No, her delivery... okay, obviously she's learning, like I've said, but her delivery was so bad.
Her delivery wasn't very good. Like, you could see how uncomfortable she was
that's fine.
on the
Uncomfortable
stage,
to nerves.
which is fine. But you have to play off nerves so you're still energetic in a way.
You can work that to be like, I'll be honest, I'm super nervous right now.
You have to bring
I
the
might
charisma.
fluff my words, but we're gonna get through this together.
Exactly.
All right? You have to
bring the audience onto your side in that way. And there was no preamble of doing that, of really making yourself very friendly.
No. It was very...
robotic?
Not robotic. No, I wouldn't say it was robotic. It was very adversarial.
Oh, okay.
You know? It was like she was in a fight and she was just trying to throw jabs wherever she could. You know? Yeah.
Careful.
Maybe not this.
That's what I was doing.
But yeah, that's the way it felt. Here's another comment. Do you want to read this one?
I'll read this one.
It's a long one.
All right. I'm a minority myself, and nothing about this was funny. I'm not defined by my skin colour, my sexual orientation, or what's between my legs. My character and personality is what makes me who I am. The whole I'm not white and I'm a woman joke was so over the top and annoying. I'm happy for her, but it feels more like she's saying, I'm a woman and not white, so you have to support me or you're racist, which immediately made me uninterested. I'm not hating on her success, just for a late show, I was very bored and disappointed. I'm hoping that the rest of her episodes aren't like this.
Honestly,
I agree.
that summed up this in. We can just stop. That summed up the entire actual video. That summed up exactly how we feel.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Prod Rummer 14. Why is the rum gone?
Pro drummer. 14. Thanks, mate.
I never said I could read.
You can though. You can. I'll say it for him. He can read.
I can read. I'm just a bit slow, yeah.
It's fine. It's been a long day.
Yeah. Yeah, I think she basically, or he said, oh no, she said women of colour. Did she say?
No.
No?
Just...
I'm a minority. Okay, they didn't say that.
Between my legs.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's how most people will feel towards. That's the third most popular comment. Or fourth most popular comment there. Yeah, really, I don't know.
It's just...
This was super corny. She's
not
else... natural. Those laughs are forced.
Somebody says, I don't know about other people, but I don't want to get scolded every time I turn on a late night show. That's exactly it.
Right. The thing, again, just to be clear here, if you couldn't tell, we're not white.
No.
and I feel like I've been scolded just from what you're saying. Honestly. Just because it's like you're slapping me round the head with it. You can make these things funny and make it engaging and make it digestible. This was none of those things, and it was only 3.5 minutes long. It's not like it was a 30-minute special and after the first 3 minutes or 4 minutes it was disengaging. This was 3 minutes long and you couldn't make it engaging. You can make this funny. Even this material, you can make it funny. It can be done. And you had an entire team of writers to do it with.
That's the thing, a whole team of writers.
Over months.
And this is what you guys put out?
Man, no bueno.
No.
Nice preaching. When does the funny begin?
Everything she talked about has something to do with race. Literally no one cares what race you are. You just have to be funny and entertaining, which quite frankly you weren't. That was very poignant but harsh at the same time.
Yeah, but it's true. I don't think it was very funny. I mean, the next comment, long-time fan of Lilly. This is a fan! This is someone who likes you!
This part of the unicorn fam.
But honestly, I don't care about your sexual orientation, skin colour, ethnicity. Just make me laugh. This is literally the worst opening monologue I've seen in my entire life. This is where the future of comedy is. Please, no.
No, comedy is going to get better.
Please, no. Dave just put something out. I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, we're going to watch it.
Please.
Looking forward to it.
Please.
He's the king.
Please don't go this way. That's how we feel anyway. Any last words there before the camera runs out of battery?
I really hope she improves. I hope that each episode this gets better. I hope she really comes into herself, and I hope the writing improves.
Yeah,
because
this isn't
where it should be.
It can be good, and it just wasn't. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to that channel now. If you didn't, who knows? Maybe Lilly Singh will make an opening monologue about you. Won't be funny though. No laughs. It will go nowhere. Fall flat. Audience applause. Well, it'll be not real. Yeah, you don't want that. You really don't. So just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I'm India.
You have been great, and we'll see you next time. Skadoosh. Do you want to do the thing with the hand? Because I can't do that.